guys, what's up? Ryan Necra here, and welcome to a special Valentine's Day / Friday the 13th video. Now, I do have some craziness in store for you. Like, I brought a special guest, and yes, I know he's gonna look just like me, but he's not. And then after the special guest, who is here to talk about many things, but once he's done talking, then it's story time with Ryan Necra. Yes, that's right, there's another special story coming your guys' way. So just hang on a quick second while I go get my special guest. He's been here all day. I don't know why he got here so early. Ain't like he ain't gonna get any love just because he's the doctor of it. What up? It's the Doctor of Love here. This is my love potion. I'm glad Ryan invited me to be in this video. I've been wanting to get some news out to all the youngins around. I'm going to spread some facts to you guys, just so you're prepared for love making. Maybe you want to know the history of love making. Maybe you want to know the history of things that happen from love making. What do you think that they used for condoms in the olden days? I'm not talking 100 years ago. I'm talking like 1400s, 1500s. Come on. So back in the 1400s, condoms originally were made of lamb intestines, sheep intestines. Over in Japan, they were made out of animal horns and tortoise shells. I don't know if I want to be sticking my dingamathan and anyone if it's protected by a tortoise shell. You ain't gonna feel shit. So you know what happens when you don't wear condoms when you're all making love this Valentine's? You might catch something, because you never know. And Dr. Love says use protection. Doctor of Love only knows the history of love. So how you youngins doing sex? You doing it like this or like some weird shit? Well, back in medieval times, the church was actually allowed to dictate how you could have sex. Their idea of sex was missionary position. Anything other than that was unnatural. The church also were the ones that decided what fell under the term sodomy. So no, sodomy was not only just butt sex, but I said butt sex. Not only anal intercourse. Sodomy consisted of masturbation and mutual masturbation too. So when you're sitting at home doing a 5-knuckle shuffle, that's sodomy to the church in the medieval times. I need some more love potion. Feeling hateful. Ooh. Instead of those newfangled lesbian ladies, why don't you try looking up some Victorian era porn? That's sure to get you your dick harder than an ice pick on New Year's Eve in Detroit. So whether you're bumping uglies, doing the mattress dance, or dipping your wick, maybe you like to participate in the lust and thrust. Maybe you just want to learn the hippity-dippity. Maybe your idea of a sport is punching donuts. Maybe your thing is the 5-knuckle shuffle. Or maybe you just like man-to-man combat. It's like combat, but it's combat. You're gonna battle each other's assholes. The only thing Dr. Love has to say is, use protection. So, wrap that dick. Wrap that dick. What? Wrap that dick. Wrap it up. Chicka chicka what? And that was a very strange message from our special guest, Dr. Love. And now, it's story time with Ryan Necra. So now it's time for story time with Ryan Necra. The story is called Butt Fucking for the Sex Vampires. Today was a day like any other day, except for that it had a title called Valentine's Day. Ike and Rod were sitting at home debating on what they wanted to do for the evening. Well, Rod needed to run to the store to pick up a few things. Too bad they wouldn't make it to the store this evening. So to get to the store, they called up their bestest, most special, loved friend in the whole world, Necra. That's me. Necra picked them up, and away they went. On the way to the store, though, Necra noticed a very spooky abandoned house, and just had to stop. Let's go inside it. Yesterday was Friday the 13th, for fuck's sake, Necra said. I'm not sure we should, but I guess it beats sitting at home watching other people have fun. Rod answered. What's going on? Ike said as he didn't even glance away from his phone. So there we have it. We're going in, Necra said. They get inside the house, and it's completely dark. It's so dark that someone could just slip their dick into your mouth and you wouldn't know until the tip touched your lips. Boy, is that dark. Before they even had a chance to grab their phones to illuminate the room in any way, the lights came on with a sudden clap. Then it went back off with another clap. This phantom clapping didn't seem like it was going to stop anytime soon. Well, at least we know they have the clapper if this obnoxious clapping ever stops, Rod said. Well, you know what, guys? Let's go investigate the clapping sound, Necra suggested. What? Ike said, as he didn't take the time to glance up from his phone to see what was going on. So off they went to discover who or what could be making this mysterious clapping noise. They walked towards a sound which involved them going up the stairs. As they walked down the hallway, the sounds of clapping grew louder and louder and louder and louder. But there was also a new sound that entered the playing field. Is that Marvin Gaye I'm hearing? Rod asked. Sounds like it, Necra replied. What? Ike said as he continued to stare at his phone. The three friends reached the door and very carefully opened it, only to see Stan ramming Ark doggy style. Stan and Ark looked over as they continued to go to Pound Town. Run! They both shouted. This house is filled with sex vampires. And right at that moment, 3 sex vampires appeared right behind our heroes. The sex vampires dragged our adventurers down the hallway to a double-sized bedroom, in which there was another person that they couldn't see, but they could hear loud and clear. I promised myself after the pet races I would stop hooking up with every guy I see, the voice said loudly. I won't have sex with the sex vampires. Tossed our adventurers into the corner of the room and told them to get busy doing the hippity-dippity. The sex vampire, as he told them to get busy, whipped out his cold, living dead dick so that he could masturbate to feed off the sex in the air. Rod and Ike, scared for their lives, whipped out their limp members doing everything in the book to try to get hard. Necra, obviously not joining in, being not part of their relationship, just decided to 5-knuckle shuffle it and hope and pray to sweet baby Jesus that was enough to save him from untimely death. Ike was finally hard enough to go man-to-man combat and start spelunking Rod's caves. Rod stopped him so he can get out a condom. It took a few tries to get it on, but Ike managed to get it on and proceeded to dip his wick inside Rod's moist caverns. After about 10 minutes of watching Rod and Ike have sex, Necra managed to scoot away out of the field of vision of the sex vampire. Necra needed a way to save his friends, but how? Then it came to him. Ike and Rod were actually starting to get into it. Maybe they were getting turned on by having a member of the living dead masturbate to them have sex. Ike pulled out and started tongue-punching Rod's fart box. Next thing they know, they hear Necra shouting at the sex vampire to turn around. Hey, go! Turn around! As soon as the sex vampire turned around, Necra jizzed in his eyes, rendering him unable to see, and staked that motherfucker right in the cock. That stake to the cock rendered him unable to feed off the sex in the air created by everyone. Ike and Rod decide to continue on, and they get in a 69 position. They proceeded to climax, glazing each other like some freshly made donuts. Holy shit, thanks, Rod said. Where's my phone? Ike asked. On the way out, they checked the girl in the corner to see if she is still alive. But God forbid what they found was a girl's body with a dog's head loosely placed on top as some type of symbolic nature. They stop and stand in Ark's room to let him know it's safe to leave. As they open up the door, Ark looks over and says, "Hey, thanks for saving us, but we're gonna stay here and finish up." And right as he said that, a trail of semen shot from out of nowhere and covered his face, and he didn't even flinch a bit. Then, from behind the door, Stan shouts, "Open up wide, Ark!" And Stan proceeds to use Ark's mouth as a urinal. Necra pulled out his phone and started recording, but before he could get that much footage, Rod shut the door and said, "Maybe we should get out of here, just in case they decide to come back." So our adventurers left and headed home. They decided going to the store wasn't the best idea anymore. They just wanted to go home and enjoy a nice, relaxing drink.